Alright, we are back again for another NFT weekly wrap-up video, and I do not understand how so much seems to be happening every week, but it is crazy and I'm semi-keeping up with it all. Anyway, first up, we have the Futureverse white paper has dropped. Now this is essentially Fluff World's white paper, so Aaron McDonald is heavily involved in this, and I think others as well, but they have dropped their white paper. You can check that out at futureverse.xyz. I haven't personally actually had any time to look into it. It's quite long. There's been a lot of excitement in the Discord about it, so definitely check it out. I will do a video on this at some stage soon. If you want to look at something in the meantime, if you go to Twitter, there is a post by Crypto Condom and the Huang Wei. They have released a map and a whole lot of kind of description around this about everything that's happening in this fluff ecosystem and beyond, and how it all kind of links in together. Definitely worth checking out. Seekers have been continuing to reveal. We've been seeing some awesome mythics coming out, some new skins, some new backgrounds, some new backpacks, all sorts going on, some new expressions. That's pretty cool to see. Been keeping my eye on what's been listed just in case there's any good deals. They told us on Friday at the 11th hour podcast that there would be ultras coming in the next few days, so I'm expecting maybe Monday, Tuesday we start seeing some ultras reveal, which is very exciting. They've also announced a few more partnerships. They announced partnership with Aokiverse and also with the Hume Collective. I've also noticed a Cool Cats background and a League DAO sticker, and there's been a few other things like that I've noticed. They said to keep an eye on the detail, so I'm assuming maybe some more partnerships to come soon. There's also been some speculation that if your Seeker has the Dr. G background, then you might get one of the ray guns, because there's still 2,000 ray guns to come in the second round. So we're trying to figure out what they're linked to. Are they linked to ultras because there's about 2,000, or are they linked to the Dr. G background and some other stuff? We'll just have to wait and see, but definitely a bit of speculation there. People been buying up the Dr. G background. News in America this week was around the OpenSea staff member Nathaniel Chastain, who has been arrested for insider trading. I did talk about this a while ago, but it's now in the courts. So he essentially was buying NFTs before OpenSea listed them or advertised them on their homepage, and so that's been called insider trading, which is fair enough. He hasn't been charged yet, but they may be looking to make an example of him, so we'll just have to see how this one plays out. Angel Baby has dropped another song called The Other Side featuring Gino the Ghost. They've said they want to be collaborating a bit wider in the metaverse, so this one's kind of more of a nod to the Bored Ape community. Yeah, so this was an NFT that dropped, and last time I checked the floor price was around 4 ETH or something. There's only a few of these. So some of you may have minted the Doggies, which was Snoop Dogg's kind of sandbox avatar NFT. Nothing really much had been happening with these for a while. The floor price had dropped all the way down to I think 0.1 at one stage. They minted for roughly 0.22 ETH, so it was a bit of a drop, but they have announced that over the next 4 weeks you can log into Sandbox when the next season starts, and you just have to complete a challenge, go somewhere in Sandbox, and then you can essentially, you're eligible for a certain amount of sand coin. So there's 250,000 worth each week. So if you go in once each of the 4 weeks and complete the challenge, you probably get $400 or $500 worth of sand, maybe more. It depends how many other people get involved, but if you've still got your doggy, could be good. I noticed the floor on these was about 0.29 as well, so it's definitely recovered on the news of this. I saw an interesting statistic from Fluffinata on Discord and Twitter, who got this information from June Analytics. There are 422 wallets that hold one of everything in the Fluff ecosystem. So that's like Fluff, Thingy, Party Bear, Egg, Seeker, ASM Brain, the whole list. So only 422 wallets hold at least one of each of those, and then out of those only 251 hold a drug receipt as well. I think a lot of people have stuff spread between wallets, so there might not be too much accumulated in the one wallet. And also, as the Fluff ecosystem continues to grow out, there are just going to be people who can only buy in at certain entry points. But yeah, I'd love to know how many unique holders we have. I think they said we're second behind Bored Ape, but I'm not sure on the exact numbers here. ATEM leaked their Mars Speeder this week. It's a pretty cool looking vehicle. So initially they had, out of all of the 12,455, there was 1,000 that were put aside for partnerships, and so that partnership was with Boardbox, and so the Boardbox 1,000 are guaranteed to get one of these Mars Speeders. I'm hoping that we can see the reveal on the membership passes soon. I think they were just kind of waiting for some other things in the ecosystem to die down. Maybe like the honeypot reveal and some of the seeker reveals and stuff. We'll just have to see when that happens. But yeah, I would hope this week or next at the latest. Altered State Machine have been busy. They leaked 2 different arenas on Discord this week. There's the Cold Chestershire arena and the Super Heroine arena as well. They also gave us a bit more information on the genome mining in a recent AMA. I just kind of caught up on this now, but I think it's worth mentioning for others who might have missed this. So genome mining is about mining the Gen 2 brains, and this, they've said, will be available from mid-June, so not too far away now. Leading up to this, we'll learn more about some of the lore that's going on and a bit more about the ATEM Moon, which I think is where all of the arenas and everything kind of is from. So you may have seen Professor Jenny Brain on OpenSea. They have a bored ape and a brain, and I think they've got a dog, and they've got the other side NFT now as well. Jenny Brain figured out how to mine Gen 2 brains with Asto energy. So essentially you'll be able to stake your Asto, which would give you Asto energy, and you can then mine Gen 2 brains from this. So the Asto energy part will be a bit earlier, and then 60 days after that they'll open up the mining, and they've said this will be a really fun gamified way of doing this, and you'll be mining on the ATEM Moon. So yeah, excited to see more of what the lore looks like and how this starts to unfold a bit. Some of you may have heard of Optimism. It's one of the Ethereum layer 2s out there at the moment. They have just done a token claim, or the first round of it anyway by the looks of things. So there was a bunch of different criteria. I just happened to chuck in my wallet to have a look to see if I was eligible. I hadn't actually transferred any ETH between layer 1 and layer 2, when I've now since done that, and it's actually pretty easy. It's probably worth doing as a learning exercise, but I managed to claim about 400 or 500 US worth of Optimism, which was pretty awesome. Some more recent speculation that I've seen on Twitter is, so there's been a bit of speculation over the last month or two that Fluffworld and Epic Games may be collaborating or going to release some sort of partnership or something like that. Then to grow this a little bit further, Fortnite is just coming into their chapter 3, and they've released this picture here where it's, you know, mushroom. You can see a mushroom and kind of similar theme and to what Fluffworld have going on, and very similar to the Fluffworld mycelium trailer that came out recently. Similar colors and mycelium mushrooms, avatar kind of vibe. Maybe they're linked, maybe it's just a complete coincidence, but yeah, I'd say if anything's to happen there, we'll find out over the next week or two as well. But yeah, a lot going on, and that kind of wraps up the last week. If there's anything that I've missed or anything that you think I should cover next week, chuck that in the comments below. But yeah, otherwise we'll see you next time.